guys, it's Chris. Welcome back to my channel. I have an unboxing for you today. If you guys have not already, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time that I upload a new video. And I have a new business endeavor that I'm starting, and I welcome you back. And I will be doing these once a month and maybe be doing more videos. And I will post all the information down below because I also have a Facebook business page for this, and it will have all my contact information that you need to know. I started DoTerra, so essential oils. So those of you, I'm sure if you roam around Facebook, and YouTube, you've heard of DoTerra before. And this is a new business adventure. It's an adventure and endeavor. I almost said combine the two words. I started doing this, actually, DoTerra, for my anxiety. And I was pleasantly surprised. I was really a skeptic. And I started diffusing. A friend of mine, gave me some samples. And I was really, really skeptical. And I started diffusing some of the blends. And I was just not waking up in panic. And as you guys who have been with me for a while know, if you have not, welcome. You will learn more about me throughout my videos, but I suffer from panic and anxiety disorder, and I wake up every single morning in panic. But not anymore, because I started diffusing essential oils at night and rubbing them on the bottom of my feet, rubbing them in my hands, putting a little bit on my pillow, and it's just been crazy amazing. So I went from skeptic to believer. Like, I really did not expect anything when she gave me the free samples. Like, I really did not. But from someone who's on, medication for this, I just was very, very, very skeptical. But I've gotten to the point in my life where as you get older, when you use toxic chemicals and everything like that, it builds up in your body over years and years and years and years, and like you never really think about it. But I also have gone through menopause, and I don't want to be on estrogen, and that causes a whole bunch of problems within itself. So when the anxiety thing worked, and diffusing, and just giving myself a little massage with the oils and everything like that, and throughout the day, just kind of, putting some on my temples or, the back of my neck. It really, really has helped. I was a believer. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, sign me up. My main goal is just to help other people. I hate to see people suffer. And I also know that with medications, there's so many side effects. There's usually, like, you ever go to your pharmacy, pick up your medication, and the side effects are larger than what, it's actually supposed to help you with. So it's just really, really crazy. And I was like, nah, let's do this naturally. And especially with the anxiety and panic, lots and lots of side effects with, psychiatric drugs. I'm not a doctor, so disclaimer, I am not saying that you should stop your medication. I've not stopped my medication. So it's just a supplemental self-care thing that is really working for me. And it doesn't interact with my medications or anything like that. And so that's really, really super cool. I don't have to worry about that. I'm hoping to wean off medication. But again, that's something you always speak to your doctor about. Anyone is interested, all my contact information will be down below. But I'm going to show you my card. So this is, the front of my card. Right there. And this is the back of my card. I'm going to cover up my phone number just for privacy purposes. This is my information. That is my email that you can contact me with for the purposes here. That is my website, my DoTerra website. So if you want to place an order with me, right there, and Facebook business page, and just message me on that. And I would be happy to help you with anything that you're going through. If you have aches and pains, if you have anxiety like myself, if you just have a lot of stress, if you have stomach issues, if you have trouble sleeping, whatever the situation is. Self-care is so, so important, especially in this day and age right now. We're all going through a lot. So I really wanted to find something that I could do that would not only help me, but help others. And I would not do this. Those of you who have been around a long time know that I'm not going to endorse something that I don't believe in. And I am more than willing, I'd love to be your wellness consultant, and I am more than willing to help you, give you samples, have you try stuff out, and if that doesn't work for you, we'll find something else, because not one thing, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing, but there's plenty of options out there. There's an oil for that. So I have in this box my first LRP order. So what an LRP order is loyalty rewards program. So you get something every month. It's kind of like a monthly subscription box, but you can change up at any time whatever you want. So say you're running out of something or you want to try something else, you can always change it. It's something that I'm always, when you contact me, I will give you my phone number and I will sign up under me or whatever. But I can show you how to get 25% off, get you everything for wholesale, all that kind of stuff. But what an LRP order is that you get points, and you also get free product for being part of a subscription service, basically. But there's no minimum or maximum. Like if you're not interested in the free oil, there's no minimum. If you just need, a bottle of lavender or whatever. And the reason that I chose doTerra is I have a cousin who is a homeopathic doctor, and I asked him about the different, essential oil companies, and he said doTerra, hands down. He has his own, he could have easily sold me that and said, none of them, like, go with me. But he said doTerra, hands down, 100% pure. Everything is, sourced ethically, and it's just everything is absolutely, sourced well. So you're not getting any fillers whatsoever in your oils. I know you can buy oils for cheaper. I did when I was trying to, sort of do my research, and all of the bottles said do not ingest. Well, if you have a lemon oil and it says do not ingest, that's right there, it's not pure, because you should be able to, put a drop of lemon oil in your water and drink it. Like that just doesn't make any sense. But so I'm really trying to rid my body of toxins, and we have a whole abode line. And that's for house cleaners, laundry detergent, dish soap, all that other stuff. And I am going to be getting that next. So that might be the next box that you see. It's really cool because every time you purchase, you also get points that you can then use towards other things that you want. So that's really great. And then if you want to discuss the business side, like doing what I do in the business side of it with me, we could do that. But my first and foremost is to find you something that works for whatever you have, whatever's ailing you. I know, for example, I had a friend who had a lot of neck pain, like severe neck pain. She's on gabapentin, and which everyone knows that there's the side effects for gabapentin is really, really horrible, and it's very powerful drug. But even with the gabapentin, she was having, she was coming home every day from work and basically living with a heating pad on her neck. And I gave her something that you'll see in here, and I gave her a sample. She tried it for about 4 days, and she just got back to me and was like, what's going on? Like, I'm going to talk to my doctor about getting off my gabapentin and just using this, because this is crazy. No Tylenol building up in your system, any of that stuff. And I had her print out what we call a PIP sheet, and it gives you all the information. That's something you can just hand to your doctor. So if you are on other medications, your doctor can say, well, this will react or that won't react, or whatever the sense is. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional, so anything that you want to do, I would always suggest printing out a PIP. Anyway, let's get into the unboxing, because that's the fun part. But like I said, my information will be down below, or just write down, what you see on the card, and get a hold of me. We have a lot of great promotions for March. So if it's something you want to do in March, let me know. Oh, and the other thing I want to address too is, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's an MLM. It is. It is an MLM, but it's an MLM is a business model like anything else, right? Like you go to Costco and you get a membership and you buy in bulk or whatever the situation is, that's like I can get the $35 waived, but even if you don't want that, if you don't want to buy an enrollment kit, if you just want like one thing or you just want to try a few things, it's $35 for the year and you get everything wholesale. Nobody buys retail. I mean, that's just kind of crazy. So think of it as a BJ's membership or a Costco membership. And as far as MLMs, I mean, I worked for Party Light and they were an MLM, and you know what? It's just a business model. It's just a business model like any other thing. If you think about it, there's always a chain of command, right? Like I work at Staples, okay? Staples is a business and they have managers. So I'm a worker. So I'm a worker B. So I'm down here, and then you have your store managers, and then you have your GM, and then you have, you go up the ladder to get to CEO or whatever the situation is. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I know people think MLM, as did I, honestly, and go, oh no. I've just kind of gotten over that, having worked with Party Light before. And again, it's just a business model. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal. So I don't know why it gets such a bad rap. I also can't believe diffusing natural oils, essential oils from doTerra, that I sold these candles that were made from paraffin that you're not supposed to burn around pets because they're toxic. If you can't use them around your pet, should you be using them around yourself? Candles that, you ever light a candle and all that black stuff, that carbon comes up. Do you want to be breathing that into your air, into your lungs, and you want to be putting that in the air of your house? Like, I just don't. I don't. And I was never really a candle melter because all I could smell was the wick and the burning, the burning stuff. And so I was never that. But even with wax melts, you're releasing fragrance oil into the air, but how pure is that fragrance oil? Not many candle and wax companies, in fact, if any, are using essential oils, because essential oils and fragrance oils are two totally different things, So I love the smell of lavender. So instead of perfumes now, I just, dab a little lavender on and, I'm good to go. Plus I'm soothed, by it. So anyway, I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have. Put them in the comments below too. So like if you have questions, I can also do a Q&A with that. If you go to my Facebook page, which I will show you one more time, I will be doing lives. If you turn around and are interested, I'll be doing classes on different things as far as, maybe emotional health, self-care, baking with these oils, cooking with these oils, pain management, stress management, whatever the situation is. And let me know, what you want more of. So anyway, let's get into my order. So I'll show you what I started out with. So this is a 3-month, this is the mind and mood kit. Okay. And this is the first one. Excuse me. So it says sometimes your mind and body need help to unwind. This kit contains powerful tools that you can use to create an uplifting environment, helping you feel centered no matter what life throws your way. Now I picked this because, again, my biggest thing is my emotional well-being. It has adaptive capsules in it. It has doTerra balance oil, which I really, really love. Like, it's for grounding and everything like that. And then it has the adaptive touch, which is anything that says touch is a roller ball, so I can bring it with me. I have the adaptive oil. Usually what I diffuse in my diffuser at night is lavender and the adaptive. But we also have Serenity. Some people like that better. But this is really cool. So when you sign up for this, and it comes in a cute little pouch, which I really like. So every month, for 3 months, because there's three of these. So this is number 1 of 3. You're going to get different mind and moods. But they also have, I know they have a pain relief one. I think they have maybe a digestive one. I would have to really look at it. But you can find them on the website. But if you have questions, again, just let me know. Post all your questions down below. So the Adaptive Calming Blend Capsules. It says combined clinically studied botanicals with the calming benefits, specifically selected CPTG So that's certified therapy grade. That's what that means. A mood enhancing. And then of course it says these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. So, but if you think about how many things do we take or do we use that has not been certified by the Food and Drug Administration, you know? So again, not making any medical claims. I just know it works for me. A mood enhancing and relaxing formula, this proprietary, I can never say that word, blend of ingredients helps when adapting to stressful situations and new surroundings. So, you know, take one of those a day. You know, it's just a gel cap, that's all, and take one a day. You know, and I have not started taking the capsules yet because I am on other mood regulating whatever pharmaceuticals. And so I have an appointment with my psychiatrist. I have the PIP form already, you know, information already printed out. And I'm going to ask him, you know, hey, is there anything in here that can, you know, will mix not in a good way with my, you know, the medication I'm already on. So again, you have to be informed yourself and you have to, you know, really be careful, you know, not careful because any of this stuff is dangerous. But again, if you're taking other medication, just like there's certain medications you can't you can't eat grapefruit or drink grapefruit juice with. It's the same thing. You know, grapefruit's natural, you know, nothing wrong with grapefruit, but with pharmaceuticals, unfortunately, sometimes things counteract. So again, I would always suggest printing out the PIP of whatever you purchase, and not for diffusing and stuff like that. That's not going to be an issue. But if you're going to take anything internally, you know, do that. So I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I will not be using the capsules until, you know, he's like, no, everything's fine, you know, which I'm sure he will. Then DoTerra Balance is an oil and it's for topical use. We also have fractionated coconut oil. If you don't want to use our fractionated coconut oil, which is, I mean, it's funny because I was looking at stuff on Amazon and it is cheaper through DoTerra, which is kind of, I would think you could find it someplace else cheaper, but you can use it topically, and it tells you also that there's an N on it if you can use it neat, meaning just straight out of the bottle, and then there's also, you know, little letters in the PIP and just on the website if it should be diluted with some coconut oil or whatever, especially if you have sensitive skin. Diffuse aromatically or to apply topically, dilute with carrier oil to minimize skin sensitivity. So if you have really sensitive skin, again, a lot of people do not do that. They do not dilute it. And, you know, I would always suggest doing like a little patch test, you know, just like you would a hair dye. And just put it on there, wait 24 hours, and just see if you have any sort of, you know, reaction to it. And if you don't, then you're good to go. You can just apply it neat. You don't have to dilute it with the coconut oil. I tend to, some of the fragrances I like to dilute it because they're really super strong and really potent. You really only need one drop. Like I just had a headache and my boyfriend had a headache and we were talking about it and he was going to pop Tylenol and I said, you know what, let me try the peppermint oil first. And so I got a drop of fractionated coconut oil and a drop of peppermint oil. And I rubbed it, you know, I rubbed mine on my temples because that's kind of where mine was going. And his was like at the, you know, the top of his head and just sort of massaging it in. And my headache's gone. So, I mean, it's really crazy. And peppermint is also good for stomach things too. So if you just take the DoTerra peppermint oil and just put it at the top of your mouth, you know, the roof of your mouth. If you have a stomach ache or whatever, instead of popping Tums, again, it works really well. But there's so many uses. And then the adaptive touch is for topical use only. No dilution is required because they already put the fractionated coconut oil in the touch stuff. And then this kit also comes with the natural deodorant. Now, I've been having, we're going to be little TIA, but we're going to be, you know, talking about, you know, breast health and all that other kind of stuff. But I've been having a lot of pain sort of like in this area. And I noticed a couple of years ago I was using, well, I still, you know, do, but now I won't because now I have this antiperspirants with aluminum and everything in them. And I was finding that certain ones, because there's different types of aluminum that they use, but certain ones would cause, you know, pain. And I was just like, oh man, what's going on? And then I would switch to a different antiperspirant with a different kind of aluminum, and it would go away. Doesn't mean it's good for you, because your skin is your biggest organ, and so you're taking all that aluminum into your body. So it's still not good for you. So now I'm happy that I have an alternative to this that's aluminum free. So it's with natural deodorant with doTerra Balance. Again, Balance, I told you, was the grounding scent. That's what they say. It can be used for many things. I also sometimes put Balance in before I go to bed. And it's a natural deodorant infused with doTerra Balance essential oil. It features baking soda and tapioca for long-lasting freshness and all-day confidence. So the baking soda and the tapioca is going to absorb sweat. So better than anything you can get. I mean, I know like there's Native and all that other stuff that you can get at the grocery store, but it's going to have fillers in it that you don't even know what it is. And, it's kind of like, ooh, okay. So I love this. So let's open this up. We have a really cool case that you can reuse. You can either keep all your stuff in here if you want to bring it for travel, right? Or you can reuse this. It's almost like reminds me of like a scuba diving material, but it's a very pretty blue. And then you open it up. So it's like a soft touch. And you have the deodorant here. This is 0.5 ounces. I know they do have a bigger one also, but doTerra Balance natural deodorant infused with doTerra Balance, which is the grounding blend essential oil. And it says apply to underarms. Do not apply to broken skin. Stop if, rash or irritation. And I'm looking at this stuff, and there is nothing in here that I cannot pronounce or that I have not heard of. So let's just pop this baby open. I really wanted to start getting into natural deodorants instead of those heavy antiperspirants for so long now. Oh, it's sparkly. Oh, God, it smells so good. Okay, so mainly what I'm smelling, this is definitely a unisex fragrance, but it's very grounding. I'm smelling like am I smelling a peppermint? I'm smelling a spruce. It's got coconut oil, sunflower seed oil, beeswax, jojoba oil, so spruce leaf. But it doesn't smell like a Christmas tree because there's other things in here. It's a really good scent. And I love unisex scents. But it also comes in like citrus bliss and stuff like that. So, if you're looking for a natural deodorant, other scents, I think there's 2 others. So you don't need the Balance, but I like the Balance Zen kind of scents. So whole leaf oil, frankincense, which I love the smell of frankincense, blue tansy, and chamomile. Okay. So it's just very soothing. So that's great. I love it. So let me see what it feels like. Oh, it's nice and soft. So it's not going to be one of those things that like really gets hard. You ever try to like put on a deodorant and it's like super hard and you're like scraping your armpits because it's just really, really hard? I'm excited to try that. And so then next we have, so next month when I get this, it will be different items. So I will show you. This is just my LRP. So these are the adaptive calming blend capsules. And they're very small. 1 capsule a day. It says a mood enhancing and relaxing formula. Because you can also buy capsules themselves and fill it with essential oils. So, you don't have to buy it prepackaged like this, but I'm kind of lazy. So, but I will be using this as soon as I talk to my doctor and make sure. So these are the capsules once a day. And then Balance, which we were talking about, that's what's in the deodorant. I do have one upstairs. So if anybody wants to try this, let me know if you're interested. I'm going to, we can set up a time where we can talk over the phone. We can talk more about what ails you and what you're really looking for. And like I said, and being a wellness advocate, it's not like you're going to buy something and not know how to use it. So I'm going to, and like I said, if it doesn't work for you, we'll go back to the drawing board. So that's my job. That's how it works. So this has spruce in it, whole leaf, frankincense, blue tansy, which is a flower, and chamomile, and then there's another flower that I can never pronounce in here. It's just very calming. It's great for yoga, if you do aromatherapy, massage kind of stuff. It's really great for that, but I love it. This is another one that I tend to just put on my pulse points and use as a perfume. It's really great. It's so concentrated. Most of the bottles come in 15 mils. Really, less is more. I'm a more is more person, and I'm finding when I do that, like, I'm just wasting stuff because really less is more. they're so potent. There's no filler whatsoever. So it's so potent that when I use too much and I'm diffusing, I'm like, whoa, like hold up, you know, like slow down there. Okay, and this is the Adaptive Calming Blend. This is a 10 milliliter roll-on. So I haven't had this yet. This is what I was most excited about. So I do diffuse it, but this is great because I can just put this in my purse. And in fact, I will open it. Okay, and it's got a stainless steel, not a plastic. And just put it on my pulse points right there. I can just smell it, you know, so if I'm at work and I'm having, you know, a little anxiety, it's like you just pop this in my purse, and you will notice on every single product, okay, you will notice a QR code right there. So if you scan this with your phone, you're going to find that it's going to tell you exactly where the oils came from, what, you know, what country of origin, what city, how they're sourced. It gives all that stuff. So it says, yeah, could be possibly skin sensitive. I don't have sensitive skin. So I just put it on there, and because it's already diluted with the fractionated coconut oil. In fact, that's number 1. But it has wild orange peel. So any of the citruses too, be careful when make sure they're diluted, and be careful when you go out in the sun. But that's just a well-known thing that anything citrus, you go out into the sun, you could have, you know, sensitivity if you know, photosensitivity if you have a problem with that. This has neroli oil, magnolia, rosemary, spearmint, copaiba, which is, I'll explain more about copaiba, but it's a very calming. So think in the realms of CBD, but not CBD. It's not hemp related or anything like that. So, but it works on the cannabinoids in your brain. So it's receptors, but it works in a different way. So it's very calming. Lavender, wild orange, and sweet gum resin oil. So really great oils. Smells so good. Do you ever spray a perfume and all you smell is alcohol at first, you know, or you spray it and people are like, whoa, like chill, you know, but it's just amazing that you can just still smell so nice and not be spraying all those chemicals on your body. Because the first thing when I spray, even a perfume that I love, is alcohol. And it's just like, you know, it chokes you. This is really cool. I really like it. And so, like I said, I can do this. I can, you know, put some on my temples. I can put some, you know, on the back of my neck. I can put some on my chest. So it, you know, you're getting the aroma of the oils. Ugh, smells so good. So that is my kit. Okay. That's my wellness kit, or my first month's wellness kit. So I will show you what is in the next month when I get it next month. So, but this is only available to LRP members. Okay. So you do the subscription, and then after the 3 months, I don't need to, you know, get this again, because I'm also getting basically dollar for dollar points back. And so I can just up whatever I need in here that works for me, or I can switch to a different kit, like the pain relief kit. Smells so good. Anyway, I diffuse now. I really don't melt anymore, and I diffuse. There's so many oils to choose from that it's crazy, and they just smell so good. They just really smell so good. Okay, so this is my go-to, is lavender. So everybody knows lavender is really calming. I always have to have lavender, but I use lavender all the time. All the time, like I said, whether I'm using it on my pulse points, whether I'm using it in, you know, in baking or anything like that. There's so many recipes if you want to bake with these oils or cook with these oils that I can give you and everything like that. But lavender is just known for, you know, calming. But there's a whole lot of other things. And there's also, I want you to notice right here, okay? There's an expiration date, so 2026, but then there's a batch number, like a batch lot number. You can actually go to doTerra, you can look this up, okay? And they're going to talk about all the ethical sourcing again, but it's kind of the same thing here. But just so you know that it's not a knockoff, because they do sell these. Sometimes people try and sell this, I'm claiming, okay, on Amazon, and it's not doTerra. They've kept the bottle. They put a little of whatever in there. You don't know what you're getting, and, you know, that's what they're selling you. So be really careful. I would suggest always buying from a wellness consultant. So because that's, if you got a bottle of something that was opened or whatever, like would you use it? Like anything, I get really skeeved out about that. Even makeup or whatever. You don't know what people have done to that. So this is tea tree oil. So tea tree oil is really good for cuts, for acne, for, so many different things. And also for any sort of fungus. And I've been having trouble with the toe lately, but there's so many different uses for tea tree oil. Again, you can ask me about it and I will give you all the uses, which is not that doTerra gives, but there's also more. But tea tree oil also helps with fingernail or toenail fungus. And I will be using this on my toe and use this, and try and clear it up because I was taking, again, pharmaceuticals and they were very taxing on my liver and they weren't doing anything. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have? And then I got Breathe, which I wasn't going to get this. I threw this in my cart last minute, but it is amazing for stuffy noses, especially right now where everything's so dry. You have your heat on, everything's super, super dry. Or if you live in a dry climate and, you're congested, you get the seasonal allergies and cold and flu. It's just instead of using nose spray, which you can become addicted to, I can't use nose spray. I either put a drop in my hands and cup it and just breathe in and out, like just wonderful, like mindful breaths and just, really just practice self-care, You don't have to have a diffuser. Another way to diffuse also is to get like a mug of hot water, put it in the microwave till it's steaming, or boil a pot on the stove and then put a couple drops and just inhale that way. If you want to, just like your mom used to tell you, get in the shower or get into a bathroom and run the hot water, right? Same kind of thing. I do use Breathe when I had a respiratory thing and I put it on the wall of my shower, just a couple drops. And between that and the heat of the shower and the steam, I was like at least 70% better when I, as far as breathing goes, the congestion when I got out. So it's really, 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 really amazing. So you can diffuse it. Again, if you have a diffuser and you're stuffy and everything like that. And we also have a child's line, guys. So you know what? Like anything that if we have we have stuff we can give you recipes for pets, but we also have a children's line. So obviously this stuff is pure. I would trust putting it on my baby, like the lavender and stuff like that. Obviously I would dilute it. All of our children's line is diluted. But if you have a fussy baby or whatever, you're getting Johnson & Johnson lotion with lavender in it, lavender scent. That's a fragrance oil. That is not an essential oil. I would much rather put an essential oil on my baby. But we do have, everything is diluted for children. And it says, and they're transparent. They say everything on the website too, as far as what you need to dilute and what you don't necessarily. Or if you're using it with children, definitely do. If you're using it with a pet, how big is your pet? Whatever the situation is. So Breathe is great. Breathe has laurel oil, eucalyptus leaf, which is great, peppermint, tea tree, lemon, cardamom, and there's another one we got this free, Raven Tessara and then Raven Sara. So there's two different kind of leaves. This is a great blend. It really is. And I have a bottle. Do I have a bottle anymore? I don't know if I do. I got to look upstairs. I wasn't into it. I was just like, I don't really need it. I don't need it. And let me tell you, sleeping with that when I'm congested and everything like that. I've even noticed that for people who snore, if they use Breathe and they're diffusing it as they're sleeping, they snore a lot less. I know that from experience. Any snorers in my house? Yes, I have some snorers in my house. So this is Serenity. This is the restful blend. Adaptive and Serenity, they kind of go hand in hand. They're both for your emotional health because this is a calming blend. Balance is a grounding blend. Serenity is a restful blend. So someone might say, well, this is for sleep. And this is for calming you down if you're having anxiety. And balance is for grounding if you're meditating. Yes, that's great. And they all do that, but they can also be intertwined. So like if you get adaptive and you don't really like the smell of it, then try Serenity. And that's what I'm saying is when I send samples to people and you want to work with me and you become my customer, like I'm going to get you what works for you. Cause maybe I'll give you a little bit of adaptive and a little bit of Serenity, and you might open up adaptive and go, oh no, but Serenity, oh wow, that gives me, peaceful feelings. Like I really like the smell of that also. Cause obviously if you don't like the smell of something, it's not going to be peaceful, right? So Serenity is another one that I go between adaptive and Serenity. I think I like Serenity better than adaptive, to be 100%, but it gives me the same effect as far as my anxiety goes. This has cedarwood, which is very good for anxiety and calming down, lavender, hoe wood, lang lang, which I love the smell of lang lang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, so again, vetiver, love the smell of vetiver, vanilla, love the smell of vanilla. Again, all of these, and Hawaiian sandalwood, love the, if you guys who know me from the wax community know, sandalwood, like a lot of these smells are the exact same. So I think that's why I like Serenity better, because, when I used to melt, it was like, those are the scents I used to always go for, and I just found them very relaxing. So Serenity could be for you if adaptive is not, or maybe cedarwood would be, or maybe balance would be. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I got a couple of spray bottles, and the reason I got these spray bottles is they're super cheap on the website. Like I went on Amazon to see if I could get them cheaper. You can't. But these are I'm going to make a recipe for hot flashes, because a lot of times I get like just drenched, just hot flashes. So there's a bunch of recipes on the website. There's a bunch of recipes I can give you that you fill it with however many drops the recipe tells you of the essential oil, and then you fill it with water. Now, I wouldn't use tap water. That's just me personally, right? You can use tap water, I suppose, but I would use distilled water, because distilled water, you're not going to have mold growth or anything like that. And then you just spray it. Even lavender, like think about it. Just put like 20 drops of lavender in here, the rest with distilled water, and you just spray it. I mean, it could be a perfume, it could be a hair mist, it could be, whatever. Lavender, the other reason why lavender is like my go-to, if you have burns, if you have scrapes, if you have cuts, I had this cut right here. I don't know if you can see it. It was so big, and I just took lavender straight out of the bottle and put it on there, and it healed like that. Like, it was crazy, because all this stuff, like, I'm really pumped, you guys, because I was like, I'm thinking I have to use a Neosporin or a bacitracin, which I'm actually allergic to, or just let it heal on its own, but it takes a lot longer. If you have a burn, put this on. 100%. It was so amazing. I actually burned the roof of my mouth the other day with coffee. And again, not to blistering burn, but I took some and I put it on the roof of my mouth, because you know how like that lasts forever? Like you just can't get that out of your head. And it felt so much better. It was crazy. Lavender is good for so many things. Always have lavender. Always have lavender on you. And again, not with fillers or anything like that. The next thing I got is this deep blue rub. So I had been telling you guys about this, okay? This is the bottle, and this is just the oil. So you can take the oil, and you can also mix it with the fractionated coconut oil if you want to give someone a massage their shoulder, get rid of tension pain, nerve pain. It actually works on nerve pain. I have arthritis in my knees. I have bad bone density. I have RA. A lot of times my hands hurt. I will take a little bit of this deep blue rub and just rub my hands. And then if I rub my hands together and all of a sudden like everything kind of loosens up, it's really, really amazing. And like I said, I gave you the testimonial about my friend. This is a big bottle. This is a big tube, you guys. This is 4 ounces. Let me tell you, you only need a little, like really, really little bit. Like I gave her a little packet that we have that are samples, and they're tiny. And she got like 4 uses out of it. It goes a long way. If you want to use the oil with the rub, with the the oil with the fractionated coconut oil, make it more of like a massage oil, you can do that too. Or if you're in a lot of pain, what I do, my boyfriend gets a lot of nerve pain. And so sometimes he's just in so much pain and he wants to run for Tylenol 800, or ibuprofen 800 or Tylenol 800. And I'm like, oh God, your liver. Like, no, let's try this first. And he's like, sure. So I will put this on, and then I will take the oil and put that on also. So, a double whammy. And it's funny. We were watching a movie one night and he was having a lot of trouble with his arm and he just a lot of nerve pain. And I said, I put it on, he was going to take a, Tylenol 1800 or ibuprofen 1800 or whatever it is, or 800, whatever it is, the crazy amount. And I said, let me try this first. So he said, sure. And so I did. And within 10 minutes, we were watching the movie. Within 10 minutes, I said, so? And he's like, so what? And I'm like, how do you feel? He's like, oh my God. He's like, it's gone. So this stuff is amazing, amazing. I put it on my knees, and after I get home from work, I put it on my knees, and I put it on my feet. So if you're standing on your feet all day and you're just like, so tired, your feet are just aching, this is great. It's amazing. But anything that doTerra makes, let me tell you, use a little bit. I put lavender and sometimes adaptive every single night at the bottom of my feet. You guys heard of reflexology, the pulse points on the bottom of your feet. Not only are you giving yourself a nice massage, and that really helps. You ever go to a massage parlor and get your feet massaged? I mean, some people I know are weary about feet and they're just like, no, I can't do it. I'm too ticklish. But for me, a foot massage done by a professional person who's not going to tickle me is the best. It's like, that's the best part of my massage is the foot, because it's your feet are connected. That's why grounding is so important. When you're doing mindfulness, they always say, put your feet flat on the floor. There's a reason, because you're connected to, it's connected to everything else. Okay. And so you put it at the bottom of your feet and everything, and it really, really works. Do you ever hear the old wives' tale? Well, it's not really a wives' tale, to be honest with you, but I know in Eastern, again, I'm not saying this is the only place, but I know some Eastern Europeans that their grandmother used to always say, wrap your feet, put a slice of onion on the bottom of your feet and wrap your feet. And like whatever ails you will be gone. Like it will suck the toxins from your body. And if you think about it, oils your skin is the biggest organ in your body. So it works really quickly when you rub it into your skin. Diffusing it, I think it only takes 30 minutes for it to, work. I find it immediately calming just because it smells. Smells are really important. But yeah, so lavender, always have lavender with you. So the next one is, and then I'll show you the freebies. Oh, this was a freebie, by the way. This huge thing was a freebie because I went over a certain amount to get my free product of the month. And this thing is $36, I think. So I didn't have to pay $36 over because I had stuff that I was already getting. But again, if you don't want the free product of the month, you don't have to. So even if you do the LRP, which is the Loyalty Rewards Program, you don't have to. And doTerra now also offers free shipping. I mean, that's crazy unheard of. I mean, I think it's free shipping with a certain amount, but any other website you go to, it's not just free shipping. It's, if you purchase $50 or more or whatever. But, this is like $38, I believe. This is going to last me forever. It's going to last me and my household forever. I'd so much rather have this. What is in this? Let's see. Wintergreen, camphor, sweet almond oil, peppermint, eucalyptus, lang lang, matricaria oil, blue tansy, helichrysum, which is, again, supposed to be very healing and wonderful, gardenia, osmanthus, aloe vera, squalene, which I know is used in a lot of skincare products, which is supposed to be really good for you. Yeah, like nothing unnatural. There's some other things to make it a balm, you know what I mean? Like a rub, but it's It's not anything that you don't see in all natural skincare products. So, amazing. So that was free. And this was my other freebie, this is Malama, and it's a nurturing blend. I had never heard of this before. So, aroma profile: juicy orange, warm cedarwood, soft amorous, fresh coriander, zesty lemongrass, sweet magnolia, spicy Szechuan pepper, I think, and floral yang yang are complemented by Hawaiian sandalwood and neo wood to create a vivacious yet rich aroma. So this is a nurturing blend. So it says here, the heart of doTerra lies in the way we care for our partners, customers, communities, and earth. We see the same mission, being good stewards and using the precious gifts of the earth to share hope and health with others in Hawaiian culture. This is called, I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, so anybody from Hawaii, I'm sorry, Malama Oil. Like the breathtaking beauty and vibrant culture of the islands of Hawaii, Malama Nurturing Blend is an effervescent combination of tropical citrus, enhancing floral, and centering wood aromas, essential for every nurturer. Malama captures the magic and energy of this land, so Hawaii, and its people via the aroma of pure essential oils. It says, doTerra is partnered with the, oh gosh, I wish I was Hawaiian, the Kelakiku Mountain Reserve, home to the largest reforestation effort in Hawaii's history. This is where we source nio wood and Hawaiian sandalwood. Both of these pure essential oils have been included in this new blend. So they work with the people of Hawaii, and they partner with this restoration effort so that, it's all ethically sourced and everything like that. It says learn more about this meaningful and positive work here. And again, a QR code. So you can just, but it's just a little 5, milliliter dram. I don't think it's 5 milliliters, but, dram sample. And again, you can just go on the website and know exactly what it's for. But I probably think this is probably like a balance, for grounding and nurturing. But I'm sure there's so many more. I'm just giving you the basics, okay? So this was free. This was free. Let's see. What else was free? There was something else free too, and I can't think of what it was now. So then I also got this, which is Clary Calm, monthly blend for women. So they have a women's line, again, for the PMS, for the hot flashes, for stressful crying babies. If you have stressful crying babies, this is all about women's care, okay? So this is the doTerra Woman, and it's Women's Month, guys. So what a better time to place an order with women's care than this. This is a monthly blend for women. I got this because, again, like I said, I wanted to deal with my hot flashes without. So I'm going without estrogen, without putting something artificial. I mean, I know estrogen's not artificial, but when you're using hormone replacement, I know some people love hormone replacement. It's just not something, it raises your cancer risk. Estrogen does. And it also, and I know that because progesterone, which I was on, which is, you have your estrogen and your progesterone, right? I was on for my bleeding disorder. She said, will lower my cancer risk. So, as long as I was on that. Unfortunately, the other side of that is it also affects your bone density, the progesterone. So estrogen will help balance you out, hormone replacement therapy, but it's a synthetic estrogen. And the side effects are, one of the big side effects are blood clots. And I have a bleeding disorder. So I don't want that in my body. I just don't. So if I can use Clary Calm and Clary Sage and peppermint, like I said, I'm going to make the peppermint spray for when I have hot flashes to get through that, then why not? So this is, again, it's a roller ball, okay? You can make these yourself, once you have all the oils, but it's Clary Sage, which is very good for, this is also really good if you have PMS or if you have cramps. You can just, put it on your ovaries, just, and rub it in. Also, breast tenderness, you can just put it around. Really good for that. Clary Sage oil, lavender oil, bergamot, Roman chamomile, lang lang, cedarwood, geranium, fennel, carrot, so carrot seed oil, palmarosa oil, and Vitex oil. Don't know what Vitex is. I'm going to have to look that up. Very good for womanly stuff. So if you have those aches and pains or whatever the situation is during your time of the month, or if you're menopausal like me or premenopausal and you're dealing with all this other stuff, Clary Sage and Clary Calm. I picked the Clary Calm because I can use it on the go. So whenever a hot flash happens, I don't have to be like, where's my essential oil? I can't find it, and just use this, and it's got all the other stuff too. I know people with PCOS find a lot of relief also. So that is my box for March, guys. It's my loyalty rewards program box. I am just, like I said, I'm just loving it. Post down below, guys. I'm going to leave all my information if I can. Otherwise, you have my card. If you want my phone number, email me and we will exchange phone numbers and get you started on your self-care. I mean, it's spring, guys. Spring cleaning, right? My next box is probably going to be all cleaning supplies because we have cleaning supplies. Okay, the all natural cleaning supplies. We have sanitizers, hand sanitizers. We have all, dish detergent, all that other stuff. I mean, it's really crazy. There's really not anything. Things you can clean your floors with, things you don't have to worry about your pet. You can deodorize your carpet. You don't have to worry about your pets or anything like that. My next box is probably going to be that kind of stuff. So what they do for farmers is just amazing. And the fact that all these oils come, that's why sometimes you'll see stuff that's not available at the moment, and it's because they're always going to go right to the source. They're never going to go someplace else. So if they happen to be out of it, you know what I mean? They have to wait. They have to wait for the farmers and the harvests and all that other stuff. So really, really great. I love you guys so much. Post down below if you're interested in seeing more of these. And any questions you have, like I said, do you want me to do a Q&A? Do you want me to do a live? I can probably do a live and give you more information. If you have any questions, again, my email, I'll post my email. I remember I was like, where's the other freebie? Because there was another freebie. Here it is right here. It's the Ravinsara, and it's cinnamon camphora, okay? And this is a 5 milliliter bottle. Most of the stuff comes in 15 milliliters, but this was a freebie. Okay, so it's known for its powerful, so it helps relieves cold and cough. Again, okay, not a doctor. This is not FDA, whatever, certified, whatever the situation is. Will be soon, we're hoping. There's talks in the horizon because homeopathic medicine is just really, really popping right now and really popular. Ravinsara is known to be a powerful antiviral and antibacterial essential oil. It is especially useful to help relieve colds and coughs. It also fights off bronchitis and sinusitis. Plus, it provides excellent immune support during flu epidemics. This is just from this website. This is not the DoTerra website, but it says it can help to prevent infection from colds and flu. It's also known to act like an antibiotic, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, helps drain the lymphatic system, as well as fight fat deposition. It's been called a must in your home pharmacy cabinet. So you can diffuse it, inhaling it, apply it, dilute it with a carrier oil, put it on the affected areas for 3 times a day. If you don't have a diffuser, you can put it on a tissue or a handkerchief, inhale it, for coughs and colds and everything like that. Just really good for, and if you put carrier oil, you can put it right here on your chest. So it says it's more of just an elegant, what are the natural powers of this? It says it's more than just an elegant and fresh smelling essential oil. It's also used as a medication that supports skin cleansing and clarification. So if you're having skin issues, the fresh and earthy smell helps clear your brain fog, strengthens motivation, and helps you add a healthy glow to your skin. It's similar to eucalyptus, but it's a milder option. So like if you have eucalyptus and eucalyptus just gives you a headache, like if that eucalyptus, I love eucalyptus, but it's very powerful. So this is a milder, it's a relaxing aroma, is used to promote clear breathing by opening your airways. It also helps calm your nerves and increase focus in stressful situations. So again, essential oils can be used for so many things. So it's not just a breathing respiratory thing. If you know, it can also be used to calm your nerves and increase your focus in stressful situations. So that was the other freebie. So I just wanted you guys to know that I did get it. I was just like, where was it? It was in my lap. Anyway, guys, I love you so much. Please post all your questions down below and get a hold of me. Tell me, give me your phone number and we can talk and figure out, what ails you. Join my Facebook. Join the Facebook page. I have a lot of really great information up there, including March promotions. We will set up an appointment. We will talk and we'll figure it out. So, thank you for listening, for being on my journey. I love you guys so much and I will see you in the next one. Take care.